Hello and welcome to this week's episode of Copic Tutorials from scrapstamper.blogspot.com. Today we're going to be featuring this lovely set from littlepapershop.com and this cardinal, which is a great image. I'm going to be doing a little bit of a different technique than I usually do. I'm going to be taking the color off of the acrylic blocks from my Copic markers. I have it pre-labeled just for your own personal convenience so you can see exactly what I'm lifting off as I do it. So let's go ahead and get started. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take a medium red, which is my R14, and I'm just going to get some color on my acrylic block. Then I'm going to take one of my lightest reds, which is R20, and I'm going to lift off just a little bit of color, making sure to see exactly where on the tip my color is. So I see where it is, and then the places that I want to be darker are where I'm going to put the most color. Okay, and this makes it a little more of a gradient color. As you can see, this R20 is sort of a pink, but that's okay, because it's our absolute lightest color, and we sort of like that pink quality. Okay, and now we're just going to take off the color on this little paint snab. Okay, and we're just going to keep repeating the lifting of this. Now this is going to be some of our lighter color in the belly. And we don't have to be too careful because a lot of this is going to be overshadowed anyway. It's just to start adding tone. And as you can see, as opposed to our normal method of coloring, this shows less differentiation between the colors, which is important for this particular technique. So now we're going to go to our next darkest red, which is R27. As you can see, it's a lot darker. We're going to lift off the color from this with R14. If you see, we're going from light to dark again. Okay, and this time I'm going to start right under his wings and just lightly taking the color, massaging it where I want it. As you can see, I kind of want the shadow from his wing to be a little bit darker. Okay, and then moving up, we're just going to use the lighter, sort of what the R27 is naturally. And then we're going to wipe it off. Okay, and now, the R14, excuse me. Now we're going to do the darker color, which is our R29. And again, we're going to use the R27, which is of course the color before it, to do our removing. And again, just kind of under this, now being a little more selective as to where I want my color. And now I'm going to color over the darker swatches of hair. This is going to be my base for his feathers. Okay, and I'm just going to add a little more here, grab a little more color. There we go. Softly blending. Okay. And now I'm going to go over it with another layer of R14, just to smooth it in a little more around his belly and his body. Okay. And now, moving farther down the line, here's some more R29. This time we're going to lift it off with R39, which is a really deep color. And this is going to be more over for our darker feathers. This is almost a plum color to it. Okay, and now we're just going to use a tiny bit of it under where we want a really deeper shadow. Okay. And now we're going to move to the yellows. And we're going to do his, his claws in this R31, which we're going to lift, YR31, which we're going to lift off with Y21. Okay. And this one is just going to be really easy. I'm actually going to put a little bit of E31, which is sort of a browner color. lifting it off with the Y21. And now we're even going to do a little bit of YR23. Again, still lifting it off with the Y21. Okay, and then we're just going to lift it off. Okay, and we're almost done. This is a real quickie. We're going to use E31 with a little E27 with a little E37. And as you can see, I'm going from the darkest to the lightest in a 3-in-1 little blob, and I'm just going to lightly pencil through it and just getting the darker colors at the bottom. And then just sort of lifting through, and I'm just going to extend the branches a little bit. Okay. And I'm just going to do a little B39 around it. Not B39, B00. Just around it as a little shadow. Because now we're going to cut out our main image. Okay, and now we're going to take our card, and we are just going to put him right there. So let's just get a little bit of tape on him. Okay, and here's our gorgeous card. I hope you enjoyed this week's Copic tutorial. See you next time.